Hello, and welcome to FSM News. I'm Courtney Coleman.
And I'm Patricia LeCase. FSM News is a product of Free Spirit Media, which is a non-profit organization that empowers youth voice.
FSM News on the road.
Welcome back to FSM News on the road. This week we are visiting Project Exploration.
Project Explorations offers minority youth and girls the opportunity to become more involved with science and sciences. Here's Xavier Todd with more.
I'm here live at Project Exploration, where they have a discovery program which allows students to work in partnership with actual scientists to enhance their research and science skills. Over the summer, teens have been recruited to participate in scientific programs through Project Exploration at the University of Chicago.
I got the program from my bio teacher from Lakeview High School, and she thought I'd be very interested in the program.
After getting a general idea through a Discover program, they may want to try out a few different programs in the Explore level. Others may know what field they want to pursue and work intensely with a researcher or as an intern in that field.
I chose it because I thought it'd be very nice to have for my college resume and to just learn about paleontology, because as a kid I also was into dinosaurs and fossils.
The teens in the Discovery program research multiple fields of science.
We cover a lot of fields. We do geology, paleontology. We learn about all kinds of rocks, animals, and a bunch of other things like the scientific method.
Usually it depends on the subject. Like for science giants, it's usually more for paleontology, and for what's a dinosaur, what's not a dinosaur, how do you find a fossil, and mostly facts about the museums that we do our work in.
To learn more about the Discover program, visit projectexploration.org. Reporting for FSM News, I'm Xavier Todd.
There's no other way these teens could have such a great experience. Look interesting.
Coming up in our Did You Know, find out a creative, interesting way you can determine the difference between a fossil and a rock.
Stay with us.
Welcome back.
Courtney, did you know that paleontologists use the tongue as a working tool?
I did it. It's different.
Yeah, it is. Here's FSM Chantel Jefferson with more of the story.
Did you know that one way to tell a fossil from a rock is by using your tongue?
If they want to know if it's a fossil or not, they usually just taste the item. If it's a fossil, it usually sticks to the tongue, but if it's not a fossil, it doesn't. It sticks to the tongue because of the bone, because it's porous.
The saliva from your mouth will fill the tiny holes in the bones, causing suction, and that's why it sticks to your tongue.
After completing stage 1, the youth move on to becoming a part of the Explore group and work as junior paleontologists.
They also got the chance to visit Yellowstone National Park. Here's Marquise Brown with more on the story.
Project Exploration programs help educate students about science through youth science pathways, such as learning how to identify fossils, animals, firearms, and drug chemistry.
To learn more things about fossils and animals and, the earth.
The very first week is just classes. Second week is like going to South Dakota.
Teens in the Explore group focus on science skills in geology, anatomy, paleontology, and biology that is taught in a classroom setting along with special guest visits.
I learned how the earth was created. I learned many types of animals. Like this one animal, I forgot the name of it, but it was like these things sticking out of it, and it was like a snake or something, and it could live on water and land, so I thought it was cool.
The teens are also excited to take their skills to the Western United States to practice what they have learned.
Well, I'm ready to see a whole bunch of animals like coyotes and bull snakes and all types of things, more fossils too.
Not only does this group of teens use their paleontologist skills inside the classroom, they also took them with them on a trip to Yellowstone National Park. The all-girls expedition visit to Yellowstone National Park involved them to use their skills in water chemistry, wildlife, and geology while working alongside other scientists.
We spent some time with thermobiological scientists who told us all about the hot springs, and we had these thermometers that you can point at the hot springs because they're like 200 degrees, so you can't really touch them. But you can point it at them and see how hot the hot springs are and see what kind of life lives there.
For more information on how you can get involved with Project Exploration, visit www.projectexploration.org. Reporting for FSM News, I'm Marquise Brown.
Jinkies.
If it wasn't for those meddling FSM News reporters, we wouldn't have to go on a break.
Stay with us. The final stage of the program is the Pursuit Group.
This group of young adults completed each stage. They now have the opportunity to pursue a career in science. Here's FSM's Dalia Ingubani with more.
Project Exploration motto is changing the face of science, and they have been doing just that since 1999. 96% of their senior participants have graduated, and 61% of their senior participants have enrolled in a four-year college. The experience the youth receives will increase the likelihood that the students will seek an undergraduate degree in science.
My future career is actually a forensic anthropologist working in a lab, or basically traveling around the world discovering human bones. And this job is basically doing the same exact thing except with dinosaur bones, and working in the lab actually gives me the actual experience of how it'll be in the lab of an anthropologist, so it's teaching me a lot.
Many of the students work as teaching assistants, fellows, or interns. As the group progresses and advances throughout the program, they learn many different types of skills.
I didn't have patience before, and working toward a goal was really hard for me, and now it's a lot more easier with slowly working with the air scribes, which are some tools that we use in the lab.
The program focuses on students who are not so academically successful, but the youth are curious and open-minded, and that characteristic made them take an interest in the program.
The interesting part of the program was actually working with the fossil bones and being in a lab that Paul Sereno works at. So it really interested me being with an actual paleontologist who discovered supercroc. And I wanted to learn patience, and working with the bones is a really tedious job.
The activities that the teens do varies from which group they are in.
Pursuit Group is the fossil lab intern. We actually started training with Jobaria dinosaur bones, where we worked with air scribes and microscopes, and we took off matrix, which is the rock that is stuck to the bone. And then now we're working on an actual group project where we're working on an Ouranosaurus tibia and the fibula and its toes. And it's really interesting because we get to not only help take it out, but we basically help form the bone out. So it's a lot of fun.
If you are looking for something more exciting to do this summer, visit projectexploration.org. Or if you just want to make a contribution to the program, visit the website and make a donation. Reporting for FSM News, I'm Dalia Ingubani.
Sorry, but it's time for us to wrap up this week's newscast. But we'll be back with more news, Did You Knows, and PSAs.
Until then, check us out on Facebook. Search FSM News.
You can also find us on ABC7 Chicago's website in the community section.
Thanks again for watching FSM News on the Road. Don't forget to tune in for next week's show. Jinkies, see you later.
Free Spirit Media partners with schools and organizations to provide education, access, and opportunity in media production to underserved urban youth. Through hands-on production of their own media content, participants build life skills in communication, critical and independent thinking, teamwork, and the use of technology. Believing that youth perspectives are a critical element of American culture, Free Spirit Media actively distributes student work to a range of audiences. Participants' dreams and aspirations grow, and in turn, their voices and visions benefit our society.
We not rolling, are we?
Probably.
There's gonna be too many bloopers.
I'm here. Stop. Keep going.
Extra deep breaths.